Well, did you see how Euron Greyjoy just went psycho and just cut down all those sand snakes? Euron is a boss. I mean, he killed so much on that boat. He should have like a catchphrase. Like, whenever he kills someone, Euron should just be like, "You have been urinated." Get it? Urinated? Yeah, sorry about that. I just had to throw that line in there. I just couldn't help myself. But I was very happy this episode to see the dragon-killing crossbows being made. How awesome is that? I just mentioned that in the last episode. I was like, why don't they build stuff like that where you can kill a dragon with? Well, there you go. They're building it, you know. Cersei, make me Hand of the King. I'm ready. I'm right here. See, I got good ideas. So that was great. I was very happy with what the Lannisters did this episode. Totally different for Jon Snow yet again. Jon Snow, oh my god. That guy is just... You think dying and coming back from the dead would have helped him learn some lessons, but he just doesn't. And I was just screaming at the TV screen, because you guys know I'm a fan of Littlefinger. But even if you're not a fan of Littlefinger, why are you treating Littlefinger with such disrespect? He saved your life at the Battle of the Bastards. He smuggled Sansa Stark out of King's Landing. Sure, he went and held a knife to Ned Stark's throat, but, you know, in this episode, everyone was betraying everyone. That was kind of the theme of the episode. You know, Varys has switched sides like 50 different times. Mama Snake has like killed one of the Lannister girls. You know, it's everybody betrays everybody, okay? But look, you don't have to like Littlefinger, but he's on your side at the moment, and you can actually keep him on your side through Sansa. That's like the one way you could guarantee his loyalty, and instead you're choking him and slamming him up against the wall and saying, "You'll never get your hands on my sister." Well, why not? Why not? What would be so bad about Littlefinger marrying Sansa Stark? Ooh, he's creepy. Ooh, yeah, he's creepy. So what? Marriage in Game of Thrones is not about love. It's not. It's business. It's about forming alliances with other powerful houses. Peter Baelish is bloody powerful right now. He's got 2 strongholds. He's got probably the most substantial army out of all of Jon Snow's forces. He's got the only strongholds that could probably survive a White Walker invasion if the wall comes down. And if he was married to Sansa Stark, you would know without a shadow of a doubt he is on your side. He would not turn on the Starks if he's married to Sansa. And Littlefinger's dangerous because he can switch sides, but if he's married to Sansa, you know he would not switch sides on you, and then he would become a tremendous asset. And look, Sansa's got to marry somebody, right? She's got to marry somebody, but frankly, they're running out of princes in Westeros. Like the Martells are all gone, the Tyrells, they're all gone. There aren't any princes left anymore. I mean, she could marry someone from a lesser house, I guess. But that kind of defeats the purpose of marriage. Like, at this level of Game of Thrones, is you have to marry someone who's as powerful, if not more so, than you. And right now, Littlefinger is the best option they have, and it makes strategic sense. I mean, the only other person she can marry is Tyrion, which is probably what's going to happen. That's probably what's going to eventually happen, but it doesn't seem like either Sansa or Jon Snow have that in their mind, that they could form a marriage alliance between Tyrion and Sansa. That might be a good way of sort of getting Daenerys on board without having to bend the knee. That'd be a good strategy for Jon Snow right there, but they're not planning that. They don't seem to have any comprehension of that. And look, marriage in Game of Thrones is business. It's not love. It's about forming powerful alliances and making future heirs. And she's at an age where she's gonna be hitting prime breeding age. She's gonna need to be pumping out heirs somewhere. I know Littlefinger's more than happy to help her with that. So, I mean, what she can do? She's gotta marry somebody. She's gotta marry somebody. Just, I don't know.
You're a funny man. Huh? A very funny man.
Ned!
The Starks. Quick tempers, slow minds.
But this got me thinking about Littlefinger's situation he's in. If he can secure a marriage with Sansa, he's going to be set with the Starks. They can't kick him out then. But in order to do that, he has to take out Tyrion. Either through killing him, which I don't think they'll do because they'll probably never kill off Tyrion in this show. Or he could make sure that Tyrion gets married to someone else. Like, maybe he could hire one of his whores to sort of seduce Tyrion in the same kind of way that Shay did, so that he won't be interested in marrying Sansa. Because quite frankly, if Peter Baelish just makes it so that Tyrion is not available. Eventually, the situation is going to crunch in on them, and they're going to say, well, she has to marry somebody, and Littlefinger's kind of the only one. I'm sure Littlefinger could arrange that without too much difficulty. He could even arrange like a marriage with maybe someone else from another house. I mean, who knows, right? Who knows? But another thing I think Littlefinger could really do to just sort of dig himself into the Starks like a tick would be if he can get the Dragonglass out of Dragonstone. If he could either, after Jon Snow fails to make a deal, which I'm sure he probably will, I'll cover a bit more on that later, but after that, if like Littlefinger goes behind his back and cuts a different deal with her, or maybe he'll just have like his men sneak onto Dragonstone and just steal it. But if he can get that Dragonglass and take it back to his hideout and just say, oh yeah, John, just send me a raven when you need it, that puts him in a powerful position because they cannot get rid of him now. They cannot afford to treat him with disrespect, and then he can use that as leverage to get Sansa to marry him or whatever he wants. So if I were Littlefinger, I'd be trying to find a way to either kill Tyrion or hook him up with somebody else, and I'd be trying to get that Dragonglass. I'd be figuring out some way I could get that Dragonglass, either by hook or by crook. But talking about Jon, the big Jon meetup with Dany, what kind of strategic play can Jon make to get what he wants here? So basically, he doesn't want to bend a knee to Daenerys, but he wants the Dragonstone, and if he could also get access to the dragons to help fight the walkers, that's what he wants, and he wants to get that without bending the knee. That's his goal in this negotiation. I think he's going to completely fail in that, because I think he's just going to go up and he's going to say, oh, the White Walkers are terrible, we need Dragonglass to defeat them. You're sitting on a huge pile of it right now, let me have some of this Dragonglass. That's not how you do negotiations, Jon Snow. He's still got too much of that Ned Stark in him. You can't just come out and say what you want in a negotiation like that, because if you do that, once they know what you want, they can put obstacles in your way to make you jump through all these kind of hoops to get to it. They can like dangle what you want as like a carrot to get you to do whatever you want. So you don't tell them what you want. You tell them that you want something else, so that then you can place what you really want as one of the hoops that they try to make you jump through. Like maybe if he came up and he came to her with an idea of like, hey, let's get married, you and me. Let's form a marriage alliance, and then we can rule Westeros together. You can take the south, I'll take the north, blah, 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 blah. All nonsense, of course. He doesn't actually want any of that. But it doesn't matter. You're setting her eyes on a target that's not real. So if she thinks that's what you want, then along the way to getting there, you could be like, hey, maybe you could help me out with a bit of that Dragonglass. Hey, maybe you could help me out with a bit of these dragons. And as you do the dance of negotiation, she'll be giving a few concessions here, you'll be giving a few concessions there. And along the way, once she gives up some of the Dragonglass, boom, done. You can just take out the walkers. Maybe she loans you the dragons, what have you. And then afterwards, if you still want to marry, you can, but you don't have to. You can't let someone else in the negotiation know what you really want, because then they'll keep it away from you. You need to pretend like you want something else, so that as a compromise, they'll give to you what you actually want, thinking that it's not what you want. See what I'm saying? Kind of thing? I mean, this is one of the mistakes that Littlefinger has made. He went and told Sansa just straight up what he wants, so now she's gonna dangle her hand in marriage as a carrot to get him to do whatever. She's already starting to do it with him. I mean, the only reason he showed up at the Battle of Bolton's is because of her. So, I mean, she's starting to do that with Littlefinger. That's probably going to be his downfall. So if in the next episode Jon Snow shows up to Daenerys and he just tells her everything about the White Walkers, I guess he has to tell her about the White Walkers, but if he doesn't let on about the Dragonglass, maybe he could just say, oh, I'd just like a bit of Dragonglass so we can forge some more Valyrian steel swords. There's just a gesture. A gesture, yeah, that's what it is. A gesture of good faith between our peoples. Just give me a big chunk of that Dragonstone, and yeah, then maybe we can consider an alliance, and maybe I'll bend the knee, or maybe we'll even get married. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just get her to give you the stone, but I don't think he's capable of a deception like that. I think he'll just come out and lay it all on the table, and yeah, that's Jon Snow. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. But it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen. So let me know what you guys think, and until next time, I will see you guys in the comments.